and welcome back to my channel. I am Simply Brentley. Don't forget to get your energy in and like, comment, and subscribe. For all of your manifestation needs as well as for personals, head on over to my website, energyllc.com. The link will be in the description box below. Okay, y'all. Holy Father, angels, ancestors, speak through me. If I reach one person and one person alone, which I know I will, please and thank you. Let me go ahead and ground. This is for the collective. And one of the beautiful members of the Soul Tribe asked me to do a what they are hiding message. So that is what I am doing right now. Let's see. What are they hiding? Building blocks. Okay. So it was a lot of things that they weren't able to see clearly. It was a lot of shit that they need to work on within their inner self. What else were they hiding? They were trying to fix some shit, trying to work with some shit that they told you was not quite how it was. Maybe it was their living arrangement. Maybe it was their relationship status. Something just was not. They were trying to fix some shit, like trying to get their way out of a lie that they told you. Then we have peace in reverse. Whatever this situation was, it left them up in their head. It left them with a lot of misunderstanding. It left them with being stuck and not being able to be honest. And they saw how you were living very serendipitously, and they didn't know how to approach the situation because you already thought this shit was the truth. No place like home. They realized also that there's nobody like you. They felt like they couldn't match your energy. They felt like you were better than them, and like it was just all in their head, right? With that mirror and shit and all of that, it was all in their head. It was all because of how they had this mentality in their head that they couldn't get away from. Deep knowing. They also were hiding, like this person never was able to completely express effectively how the fuck they really felt, right? They always wanted to hold back from you. They were never able to effectively communicate, even though they knew, like, this person deeply cares for you, deeply loves you, all of that shit more than you could ever know, because they were never able to effectively communicate that shit to you. What else? Please and thank you, Holy Father, Spirit Guides, Angels, Ancestors. What is this? Regeneration. So this person has a lot of work to do. They have a lot of shit within themselves that they need to work on. They have a lot of ways of thinking, like old ways of thinking. A lot of things in their mind, their conscious mind, that they need to train to think better. This person, you may not feel like they do. I mean, you may not see it, but they put on a strong face no matter what. But even if they're feeling depressed or whatever, this person is not as confident as they put off. That's what I'm trying to say. They're not as confident as they put off. They lack confidence. They lack self-esteem. And they just don't feel worthy in certain situations. This person will go off and just ghost and you know, not be listening to their inner guidance and listen to that loud voice inside of them that does not mean them any good, right? That does not. This person has been stopped. They've been stopped. Be the light. Yeah, and this is in reverse. So they were in a very dark place. They were in a very dark place. They thought they were moving very professionally. They thought they weren't going to get caught. They thought that they could just move swiftly, but this person got caught. Broken arrow. Embrace the energy of peace. Yeah, like they've been in a very much so place where they've been regretting not reciprocating that energy, where they've been feeling you pull away, where they've been feeling like they needed to go ahead and do some inner work on themselves, because a lot of shit that they were doing was not for them. It was not for them. There was a lot of people in their surroundings that they were listening to that were not giving them good advice. I say this all the time, like they had everything they needed. They have everything they need, and they weren't realizing this. So they were looking out to help for others that they didn't need, you know, to look out for. They just should have looked within. Instead of looking out, they should have looked within. Now let's go ahead and put some tarot on it. Let's see. Let's see. What else was this person hiding? Please and thank you, Spirit Guides, Angels, Ancestors, Holy Fathers. Holy Father. So it's like a situation. Do y'all know this song? I've been lied on, cheated, talked about, mistreated, been used. Okay, so it's like 10 of Wands. So there's been a lot of family hurt with this person. There's been a lot of people that they thought they could trust, and they were worrying about what other people think, but there was like a lot of burdens put on them that they didn't ask to bear. And a lot of people in this person's family definitely betrayed them, right? So the betrayal that they had in their past left them to be in the mind frame where they didn't want to accept or didn't know how to accept unconditional love. So they were left withholding, thinking they weren't good enough. A whole bunch of cards just fell on the floor, y'all. Let me see if I can get them. One of them is the devil, because this was leaving this person stuck. Okay, we got the devil, the moon, the devil, the moon, the Two of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. So this person, like, in this family situation, that had their so much so like it was them, they were brainwashed or some shit like that, right? Where they actually fucking believed that they weren't worthy of this shit. Where they actually fucking believed that they couldn't match it. Like, all that shit was inner, right? All of that shit was inner. But there was a lot of unpleasant people around them, a lot of unpleasant situations, a lot of addiction. Maybe they grew up with addiction around them and they didn't know how to get away from that shit. So they were always like, their parents, whenever they were fiending or whatever, they were talking down to them. They weren't never nurturing to this person, and they believed them shit. So if the first person that you ever love, and you're around, you know, that's showing you that affection and shit, is always talking down to you, all of that shit has to be like in your mind. All of these learned behaviors has to be in your mind, and they couldn't let go of that shit. Then we have the Two of Swords. There's been a lot of difficult choices in this person's life, right? And then we have the Queen of Swords. And they've been hurt. Like I'm saying, they've been hurt. They've been hurt. They don't know how to pick that shit up. Sometimes people can be hurt and think they're dealing with shit by sweeping it under the rug but not addressing it. And that's what this person was doing. They were never addressing the situation. They never seek professional help, which this person definitely does need some professional help when it comes to that. Then we have the Tower in reverse. So they were fearing change. They were afraid. They were holding back. They were scared to change. They were scared of the unknown. They were scared of, you know, of like having better. Some people get so stuck and stagnant in the way of their living, even if it's like desolate situations where they're not ever happy. They're just so used to being unhappy, so used to being stuck in that type of situation that they're comfortable in the shit. That they're comfortable in it. And when somebody gets comfortable with being, you know, in a certain situation, there's only so much you can do until that person wakes the fuck up and realizes that it's up to them to go ahead and change their whole situation, because you don't have to live through your fucking circumstances, right? You don't have to live through your circumstances. Your circumstances are only a fraction of your life. It's how you overcome and how you actually act on those circumstances and allow those circumstances to change you and move towards your greatness is what really matters, right? Because we all go through shit, but we can't dwell on the shit we go through. You can't make your environment, your circumstances, any of that shit be the reason why you're not pushing yourself, be the reason why you're not loving yourself, be the reason why you're not trusting yourself to do what the fuck you know you're meant here to do. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles. So this person is trying to believe, they're trying to gain the confidence that they're self-sufficient with their self, that they don't need any fucking body else, that they, like, it was hard for them to do that shit. It was very hard. The confidence that this person put off, it was all a damn lie. Balancing resources, very adaptable, having to change their priorities, right? So this person is, you know, having to get out of that where that shit was a lie. The confidence was a lie, right? They were very insecure within themselves, and they did not ever feel like they had what it took. They never felt like they had what it took. They never felt like it was truly them that could manifest anything they want, they need, and the desire, right? They didn't realize it was so practical. They thought that they had to do this or do that or whatever. You know, they didn't realize that it was so practical that they could do it, and all they had to do was start with loving themselves. All they had to do was, then we have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, and then whenever they start with loving themselves, they're getting that energy reciprocated, as well as you are, because they had to work on themselves, but you know, the shit that they were hiding was some shit that they had to face within themselves. And some shit that sometimes whenever somebody's hiding some shit, they don't even realize they're hiding that shit. So the shit that was hidden was so covered up and, you know, trauma and all the shit that they had been through, they kind of felt like they addressed the situation, but in the back, right, in the background, it was never addressed. It was never addressed. It never had the proper healing. It never had the proper attention paid to it for it to cause healing, for it to be able to heal. All right. Don't forget to get your energy in and like, comment, and subscribe for all of your manifestation needs as well as for personals. Head on over to my website, energyllc.com. The link will be in the description box below. As always, peace, love, and namaste.